Hi, welcome to the Pink Moon Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a quick walkthrough of the Enchanted Map Oracle by Collette Baron-Reid and just giving you my thoughts and review on it really and see what I think of it all. So I'm just using my little tool that I use for writing on my candles for my candle spells. It's just I've forgotten what it's called, an awl or something. Yes, I think it's called an awl. Just to break the seal so you can see how brand new this is. And then we will go through it. So I'm going to point the camera down at the table so you can see the cards a little bit better. So to start off with, it's a pretty standard size box. If I get, for reference, the Moonology cards by Yasmin Boland next to it, you'll see that the boxes are pretty similar in size. So they're, standard Oracle deck sized cards from Hay House. There are, how many are in here? I think it says, 54 cards in here altogether. It's widely available. There's this color box and there's one that is more in this color on it. I don't know the difference between the two, I will confess. The reason I chose this one is because I love this blue. It's really pretty and I love the color blue. So, so that's why I chose it, purely aesthetics. So inside you have, you have explore your life's journey on the inside of the lid and a key there. And you have a guidebook, which is a nice sized guidebook. We'll look at that in a moment. And the oracle cards. And the bottom of the box just has some very faint printed kind of map thing. I don't know if you can even see that. It's very, very faint. But it's a nice sturdy quality box. It's as you would expect from Hay House. And so these are the cards. This is the back of the cards. I'll show you these in more detail in a moment, but first, they are a glossy card, which is unusual these days, but not sticky by the looks of it. So we'll have a proper look, like I say, in a moment. So we have the Enchanted Map Oracle Cards Guidebook. Nice sized little guidebook. And inside you've got list of other books and card decks available from Collette Baron-Reid. Then you have the contents, which gives you the introduction, how to use the cards, the purpose of the cards, how to do a reading, sample readings, explanation of the positions and the soul's intention, and then it goes into the meanings of each of the cards. And then at the back, you've got about the author and about the artist. So, like I say, you start off with the introduction there. How to use the cards, which I never ever pay attention to because I just use them in my own way. Although I probably should at some point. Then different spreads that you can use. A 6-card spread. And then we get into the actual cards. You have number 1, the Bone Collector, 2, the Gentle Gardener, and you have 2 pages of description. There's no pictures with these, but they are all numbered, and the cards are numbered as well. So I'm guessing that's not going to be a huge problem. Pretty standard deck, what is unusual with this one for an oracle deck, it has the upright and the reversed. So this side is the upright explanation or meaning, and then this side is the reversed. So I guess if you are someone who reads reversals on Oracle cards, then that would be quite helpful. I never do. When I use an Oracle card, I always use it in the upright. I never use them in the reverse. It just doesn't make sense to me to have an Oracle card in reverse. I just think that they are meant to be the way they're meant to be. But that's just my own personal opinion. So the guidebook is okay, pretty standard. There is a lack of pictures, but you don't need the picture of the card. You've got the number and the name of the card. So I don't suppose you really need the picture in there as well. You've got the picture on the actual card. Now, as I say, these are a very glossy card. They're very, very slippery. They're not stuck together at all. There's no stickiness, so that's a good thing. But as I took the seal off there, they did start to slide all over the place. The actual cards themselves, standard sized Oracle card, not too big, not too small. They have a very pretty back on them. I do like the back with this sort of map logo thing on here, and that pretty sort of turquoisey blue colour of the box. So let's have a look at the actual cards and see what they are. So we have number 1, the Bone Collector. Say very, very glossy, which I'm not used to be honest, nowadays. Gentle Gardener. That's lovely. Wizard of Awareness. Spirit of Place. Goblins. Don't know if I can... The trouble is I'm getting my window, I think, reflecting a little bit in that. Mountain. That's really dramatic. I like that. Into the Unknown. I do like that. Come Together. I like the collection of animals and places and people that I've seen so far. Stormfields. It's a nice mix rather than just being people, which some of them can be, or just being symbols, which also some of them can be. Rock Bottom. Balancing Act. Slow and Steady. I'm getting imagery popping into my head with each of these cards about what they mean to me. So it'd be interesting to see when I start to use them if my first impressions are correct. Solitude. Ride the Wave. There's always got to be dolphins there somewhere. One Ring Circus. Interesting. Bit of a 3-ring circus, but not a 1-ring circus. Rescue. Ghostlands. Magic Stream. That's beautiful. Dragon's Lair. Ooh, I like that. Can you see the dragon? I'll zoom in on him a bit. And by zoom in, I mean I'll hold him closer to the camera because I can't actually zoom on my phone. Flying. That's unusual. A flying multicolored horse. Field of Dreams. That's very pretty. Intention. I do like that. Golden Palace. That's beautiful. Stuck in the Mud. Oh, poor elephant. Metamorphosis. Deep Freeze. Home. That's really beautiful. And there's some gorgeous artwork on here. Movement. And like I say, I really like the mix of animals and imagery and people and places. We've got Coming to Life. That's gorgeous. Love that. Making a Choice. I really like that one. That one speaks to me. Dry Desert. Magic Prayer. Peaks of Joy. I've got to say, as I'm handling these cards, they are good quality, although very glossy and very slippy. Spark, but they are a nice thickness to them. You know, they're not flimsy, but they're not overly thick, that they're not bendy. They're quite flexible. Education. Commitment. That's lovely. That reminds me of the Six of Pentacles in the Lightseers Tarot, where you have the hand holding the pentacle over the top of that other hand. I think it's the Six of Pentacles. Cleaning house. Yes. I love it. Heal the Ouch. Oh, that's so cute. Protecting Treasure. Follow the Leader. Or should you be the leader? Unexpected Visitors. Ooh, very Alice in Wonderland. Wide Open. Details, details. Devil is in the details. It's interesting that there's the word clarity under the magnifying glass there. It's in reverse, but it says clarity. Strength. Wow, that's very dynamic. Sad Embrace. Coming Apart. Oh dear. It's nice to have some of the, you know, some of the more negative senses, I suppose, you know, rather than just everything being happy clappy, because sometimes we do need to look at our shadow side as well. Sacred Pool. And there are some oracle decks that are just all positive messages, and there's nothing there to work with the shadow. I feel like this one would be quite good for shadow work. Wishing Well. That's my first impression anyway. I will let you know if it does end up being used for shadow work. Talisman. Compass. Find your way. Moonlight. That's lovely. Really beautiful. What's that in the moon there? Oh, it's an owl. There's an owl in the moon. I don't know if you can see that. It's there. Not focusing. Magical Map Shifter. I'm guessing that has something to do with changing your destiny. Listening. Another elephant being used. And encouragement. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so now the next acid test of any deck is how do they shuffle? Like I say, they are very slippy. Be warned. for somebody like me who has quite small hands and struggles to shuffle, they do that kind of shuffle very nicely. I wish I was skilled enough to do the very fancy one in the hands and going back again, but I'm not. It's it's not a talent I have. So let's just do that again. Yeah, they shuffle really nicely. Like I say, no stickiness. They're quite flexible. They're not stiff. They do feel like they should hold up quite well. They are fairly thick cards, fairly flexible. The glossiness threw me a little bit. I was not expecting them to be glossy, but they're not a sticky glossy. And they shuffle hand over hand very nicely as well. So let's see, let's pick a card out. There we go. We'll take that one, thank you. So we have Unexpected Visitors popping out, which is number 41. So let's have a little look in the book. Sound like a children's TV show now. And unexpected visitors. If you expect the unexpected, you'll be prepared for miracles. That's nice. So in the upright, detours, surprises, and paradigm shifts. Expect the unexpected. No matter how detailed your plans are and how clear you believe the road ahead to be, there are times when the best plans are waylaid by unforeseen circumstances. At first, detours may seem inconvenient, but a surprise turn of events signals the adventure of life is beginning to get interesting. No one can plan for synchronicity, for fate and destiny to meet, except spirit. Who knows what you can't comprehend for now? Life is full of surprises, so stay on your toes and enjoy this exciting new adventure you weren't expecting. This is a plan for your life that may not match up with your agenda. How funny that that's the card I pull when we're about to enter into Mercury in retrograde and Mercury passing over Venus. Now, you may not see this at that point in time. You may come to this video months or even years later, but at the time of me reading this, that is what is going on in the cosmos. We've just had the super full moon in Sagittarius, which was also an eclipse and a blood moon. And now Mercury has clashed with Venus, and now it's passing over Venus, and then it goes into retrograde, and then it passes back over Venus. So there's a lot going on planetary wise, and you can probably expect the unexpected. So that is quite appropriate that that's the card I pulled. So I think these cards will become quite a staple in my readings. I feel the imagery is lovely. It's a nice combination of meanings. You know, you've got the positive aspects, you've got the shadow aspects, and the guidance there of what each one means. So I do actually quite like this deck. And, you know, until I've worked with it a few times, I won't know any more than that. But first impressions, I like it. And first impressions, I'm pretty pleased that I bought this deck, because I think it may become something that I use quite regularly in my readings on this channel. So look out for that once I've got to know the deck a little bit better. And yeah, if you're interested in it, I will stick a link in the description box below. If it is available on Amazon, because I can't actually remember where I bought this deck. So if it is available on Amazon, I will put in my affiliate link for Amazon UK. But of course, you are free to buy this deck anywhere that you find it. It is a Hay House deck, so it will be available on the Hay House website. I don't order directly from Hay House because they're based in the US and I'm based in the UK, obviously. So I don't want to be paying those extra fees for things to be sent to me when I can get it in my own country and not pay those postage fees. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. I'm really glad that I bought it, and it does feel like a nice deck to handle. I'm not adverse to having glossy decks per se. I do prefer them when they're matte, but it's not a bad glossy deck. It's not a sticky one. It's not a difficult to handle one. It does shuffle really well, and you know, for somebody who's a bit of a klutz like me to be able to handle this without them flying everywhere, I'm quite impressed, really, because like I say, when I first picked them up, I was like, whoa, there's a slidey. I'm going to end up, you know, with them all over the place. But actually, no, they shuffle really, really well. And yeah, I'm really pleased with them. So, oh my God, education and coming apart. Well, let's hope that education isn't coming apart, shall we? Although I think we're a bit past that now. But let's not get political. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If there are any other decks that you would like to see that I use on my channel, that you would like to see a walkthrough of and a review of, then check out my playlists, because I do have a playlist of all the decks that I've done. And I think I've done pretty much all of the ones that I own now. And so you can go and check those out. But until next time, please remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Namaste.